Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to the homestead. So it's springtime and it's breeding season. These girls are getting super affectionate, well, except for this one you see here. That's our boss hen. She likes to control all the girls and, well, she is what she is, but turkeys have lots of personality. So during the breeding season, it's wonderful. You get new baby poults. It's so exciting, but your hens do go through a lot and it's pretty rough on them. And sometimes they can have scars or cuts or even potentially die if they're not taken care of properly. So I just want to go through and talk about some of those issues and some things that you could do to prevent the harm from your hens and for them to have a better, more successful breeding season. So first and foremost, hens are selective breeders. They will only breed with the toms that are more dominant and that they choose to breed with them. Here I have two toms. This is Jelly and Art. Now, Art is the dominant tom that the hens choose to breed. Jelly also is a breeder, but he is more aggressive with my hens, where I find Art is nicer to them and he doesn't hurt them. So during this time, this is just before the breeding season, I would separate these two guys because they'll just fight all the time. They have no off. It's just fight, 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 and they're both fighting for dominancy over the hens. So what you're seeing here is how turkeys actually breed. Once the hen's receptive, she'll lay down in front of the male. He'll hop on her back, do a little dance here, and then he'll breed her. This can take anywhere from a minute up to 5 minutes. It could be even longer. It depends on how the tom is reacting. During this time, you can see his nails are there on her back and her wings. He can slip. He can have another male come up and try to aggress him. And if he falls or if he digs in, he could cut your hen. And that's what I mean about where they can get scars or cuts. Sometimes gashes so big that don't heal that the hen may succumb to them. But this is why it's very important to separate your males during this time. It's also very beneficial to your hens if you pay attention to the males, which ones are better with them, which ones are more aggressive. I like to call out the males that are too aggressive to the hens, and I like to keep the nicer, gentler toms. So if you have the space, it would be beneficial to separate your toms in a different area from your hens just during the breeding season and during their nesting period. The toms can come up and kick around their eggs and try to breed them while they're laying eggs. So it's a little bit better for your hens to give them some privacy during that time and just not be interrupted by the tom. Now, when you do introduce your tom for breeding, I like to bring them outside. So I'll take all my birds outside, then I'll introduce the tom so he can breed them outside, and it's just gives him a little bit more room to do his thing. The hens aren't so crowded in and there's not much fighting. So I just find for breeding, it's beneficial to do it that way. So how a tom actually attracts a mate, which is kind of funny, is he puffs up and he does what's called spitting and drumming. And he'll pull all his feathers up and fan out really, really big and do a display dance for the female. And that's supposed to be his little come hither move, and the hen will drop down. But as you can see here, this is Jelly's attempt at trying to court these ladies. They're just not having none of it. And yeah, there she goes. So you can see hens are very selective and they'll choose to breed with who they want to breed with. So I'm going to play that scene again so you can hear what it sounds like when a tom spits and drums. Now, when it comes to your nesting boxes, you just want to set up just a few for your hens. Multiple hens will use one box. Put some hay down. Just make sure it's like in a little corner somewhere where they have some privacy, and so they could just tuck in and do their little thing. Now, hens will lay an egg and run away. Some will brood them. I haven't had any luck in that sense with my hens. They just like to drop and go. So I collect them and incubate them afterwards. But that's pretty much it for your nesting boxes. I do have a video of this that I put out last year, so if you want to go back in my videos, you can take a look at how to make some nesting boxes. Now, nesting boxes are important for the hens because if you don't put nesting boxes down, they're going to find all kinds of creative ways to go lay their eggs. And as you see here, this girl's trying to get in between a sea can and my shed. Not going to work. This one here like to lay in the little dog box I have outside. So I like to just make some nesting boxes so the hens just know where to lay and I find them all in one place. So domesticated turkey hens can lay anywhere between 40 to 80 eggs in a year. Sometimes they can lay in the fall, but mostly they'll lay those eggs in the springtime. Now that we have our eggs all collected, we're just going to date them and put them in the incubator so I can hatch out some for next year. I also have some chicken eggs in there that you can see. But it doesn't take much to get new poults, just as long as you care for your hens, make sure they're safe during the whole breeding period, and then you'll be able to enjoy these little babies. So I hope these tips were helpful to you and make your breeding season more successful. If you have any questions, please send me messages. I'm all ears and I'm willing to help anybody in need. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!